Hey, welcome YouTube. My name is Zenosha. I am an upcoming YouTuber. Today is going to be a good video. It's just going to be definitely talking about diabetes and what do I do? What do I do to manage my diabetes? Who gets it? Just all type of topics about diabetes. So my experience. So what is my experience as a diabetic? Horrible. No, I'm just kidding. It's not horrible, but it can be rough sometimes for me. But for the most, I think that my diabetes experience been pretty good. It's just the part about managing, the diabetes and trying to get my sugars in order. So first off, if I'm looking down, I am looking at my notes. So first off, I am a type 1 diabetic. It was learned that at the age of 23, I knew I had, my doctor told me I had it all my life. I had it previously, my childhood, and I had it basically all my life. So pretty much I had diabetes all my life. I found out when I was in college. I was in my junior year. I didn't feel so well, and then the symptoms were my ears were popping, and I just felt very lethargic. So I was really, extremely tired. So how did I learn, and why is it important to get tested for this disease? So first off, it is very important to get tested for diabetes because diabetes can hit anybody. So anybody can get diabetes, as long as you're not eating right, exercising, someday, knock on wood, your pancreas could go out like mine, and it can be that you just have diabetes, from now on. You never know who might have it. So it's so prominent in the Black African American communities and Hispanic communities. It's one of them things where we just have to take care of ourselves. So how did I learn about it? I was pretty much in college, as I said before. I was tired. And I just found out my sugar was 600, and they admitted me into the hospital. And I've been in the hospital for like a week and a half when I was during my finals during college. And pretty much I stayed in the hospital for like a week, and they taught me everything I needed to know, including finger sticks. And I used the insulin, flexi pen type of insulin to manage my diabetes. So it hasn't been really easy, with the finger sticks and giving myself insulin by pen. Only reason why I say that is because you have to remember these things or put a timer on your phone. You have to do something to remind yourself that you're diabetic. I still haven't got used to being a diabetic, and I've been diabetic for about 5 to 6 years now. So it's when will you click, Zenosha, that you are a diabetic? Sometimes I do remember to take my insulin, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm just very, very hungry and I just want to get to my food. So sometimes that happens, just being very transparent with you guys, and I just feel I could do better if I was on an insulin pump. If somebody was constantly giving me insulin every single day, that would be 10 times more better, and I wouldn't have to worry about anything like finger sticks or poking myself with a needle with a flexi pen, So it's a pump might do better with me, so yeah. So my weight, if you know me in real life. I was 130 pounds before I found out I had diabetes. I was a twig, okay? Let's just put it that way. I was a twig, you know. I was skinny as hell. And you know, after I learned I had diabetes, I started gaining weight, like, because I had to take this insulin. I was eating more, and it was just like I went up from 130 to 150, from 150 to 180. Like, my weight has definitely increased since I became a diabetic. I try to balance my weight a lot because I weigh around 200 pounds nowadays. Sometimes it's 190, sometimes it's 205. That's sometimes like, sometimes that's how much I weigh currently. But in my early 20s, I was like 150 to 180 pounds. So, we can move on to my diet. My diet, honestly, I try to avoid as much sugar and starch as much as I can. Spaghetti or you know, starches and sugar. I try not to eat that much candy. You know, I avoid candy. Sometimes I avoid sweet stuff, but sometimes I don't. You know, you have to catch me in a real good mood where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just take my insulin, eat this yogurt, and just call it a day. You know, my diet actually just changes, but I can say I cook and I eat out, you know, so it's like a mixture of both. I try to cook more, but if I'm not cooking, I do takeout. So I can say diet is the greatest. It's my weakness. It's not as bad, but because some diabetics don't, you know, they find out they have diabetes and they still eat unhealthy. They still don't eat right, you know. But I don't think I struggle with my diet. I think it's the way I manage my medication is what matters to me. You know, if I manage my taking my medication very well. That's what really truly matters to me, and how much I take, because if I take too much, my sugar will go low. If I take too much, if I take too less, it doesn't really affect my sugar. So your doctor will recommend you an amount that you should take every day based on your numbers or your sugar levels or your A1C, which is another subject I can go on about. And your A1C can be determined on what's your average scores on how much you normally take your insulin and normally your sugars are. So I'm currently taking shots at every meal, and I take one shot at bedtime. It's like a long-acting insulin. These two insulins I take them daily, every single day, which is why I feel like I manage pretty horribly at it, because it's an everyday task, and not every day you remember to take your insulin. Sometimes I take my insulin, my short-acting insulin, after my meals, not before my meals. Sometimes I do that, but sometimes I'm just hungry as hell and I just want my food. And it's like saying a prayer over your food with insulin. You know, you have to make sure you say that prayer, you know. But yeah, it's definitely like one of them things where if you have a good memory, or you remember you need to take a shot or insulin shot, or you like taking needles every single day, by all means get shots, you know. That's just something I personally wouldn't do, but it's something that I'm currently doing, you know. So I think the shots can be overwhelming to me. Like, I feel like it can overwhelm me sometimes on how many shots I take, and sometimes I just can't remember. I know this sounds terrible, but I know I can do better. And plus, I'm a type 1 diabetic. I'm supposed to be on an insulin pump, but I'm not currently because the way the system is and the insurance is right now. But I'm actually, that goes to my next point, which be the insulin pump. There's many different insulin pumps out there. Yes, I'll be doing a review about an insulin pump pretty soon. Once I get on the insulin pump, I'll be recording videos about that. And I used to use Freestyle Libre to check my sugar. You know, it's like a simple 1-2 on your arm, and then you just use your phone to connect to it, and then next thing you know, it just tells your sugars after you scan the device that's on your phone. On your arm onto your phone, and it tells your sugar either nearby or where it's near. You know, it could be 170, 200, 300, 50, 90. You know, your sugar can definitely vary if you're a diabetic, especially if you're a type 1 diabetic. Like, I can't speak for type 2s. I still take, because I know type 2s take metformin. I take metformin as well, but it's just to take the insulin in a better manner. So basically, my cells will open up and will be more receptive to the insulin. So the insulin pumps that I'm looking to get to is Omnipod and Dexcom. I'm trying to get that duo going, and pretty much that's my background of my diabetes. I'm waiting on a call currently, for my diabetes, my insulin pump to come through, so that way I can show you guys how do I use it, what is the education on it, and what could I do to better my diabetes. This is something I've been wanting to do for years, and I'm finally filming it and trying to do better and have you guys held me accountable for taking care of myself a little bit more better, because diabetes isn't any joke. It's something you have to do to maintain every single day. So yeah, so if you like this video, comment, subscribe, like it. I'm trying to build myself up as a YouTuber. So if you like this video, just comment and subscribe and like it, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.